I don't even know we're on StreamYard. I don't know who all is here.
No.
Let's see. It says 4 waiting, so we got a couple people waiting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to wait. There we go. I
There we
wanted
go.
to mute my microphone on the other stream, so I didn't want to do anything until that was done, because otherwise you end up with that echo in coming over the microphone and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, we don't want any echoing today.
Yeah, I don't need to.
I got a child gaming next to me. That's enough echo for me.
I'm sharing it out as I hope the folks that are waiting are doing the same.
I got a child gaming next to me. That's enough echo.
Uh-oh.
Good job.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, that's what I was making sure I had it all like taken care of and stuff beforehand, before I was talking. Manuela Kippis, how you doing? Great to see you. And Eileen, thank you for being here. Thank you for posting the links. Some of you guys may know who Gil is, some may not, so I'll introduce Gil right away. Gil Skills. He's a fellow scrapper, so kind of the sisterhood of dumpster diving. But Gil Skills is here hanging out with me today. Sisterhood. Whatever. Kind of related to the dumpster diving. But we went live today. I'll kind of give a rundown. Hopefully Granny can come over. He might be, or she, I can't think straight. She might be here to jump on panel for a short while, but obviously she's dealing with some major trauma today because it happened this morning. But Get Her Done Granny is a fellow scrapper as well. She does, I believe, also digging dumpsters. I can't say for sure there, but she is a scrapper. She had a house fire today that it's a total loss. The whole house is done for. She lost 2 of her 3 cars. The third car that she didn't lose is kind of the one that she really didn't drive because it wasn't in the best of shape. All the keys were in the house, so that's kind of a downfall too. Her pets passed away in the fire. It was not a good thing. But she's obviously in a spot now where she needs help. She needs help. She's in a small town, so like normal outlets that would normally step straight in and help are taking their time. They're taking their sweet time and coming in. So she's needing help with a place to stay. She's needing help with food, clothes, just the basic necessities. Thank God everyone got out of the house. Her husband is in the hospital. Hopefully he'll be okay. But he is in the hospital. But her and the kids did get out of the house, as well as her husband. But it's a tragedy. The GoFundMe link is being posted by Eileen, as well as Granny's channel. If you can't help her with GoFundMe, if you could share that would be greatly appreciated. She's a wonderful lady within the community. She really is. If you can't help, though, you can go to her channel. She is a monetized channel. She does have ads. Any little bit helps there even. You can play her channel, play her videos. She'll get paid from that as well. It won't be as fast coming. She won't have it as soon, but it's still money that'll come in. So it is still appreciated. And Flowback, thank you so much for that $5. I do ask for everyone else, though, if you are able to donate, please go to the GoFundMe. That money's just readily available right now to her. Well, as soon as it gets released. Whereas with Super Chats, I'll send that $5 to her, Flow, no problem at all. But Super Chats, it takes us basically a month before we get that payment. So I don't want to end up with $300-400 that go to her, and I'm not getting any of that money back for a month. So I don't want to hold on to money because she needs it now, but I can't put that much out right now. So please go to the GoFundMe if you're able to donate. That would be greatly, greatly appreciated. If Gil wants to say anything, I'll let him say it now.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you. No, I just want to really reflect what Crystal's saying here. I mean, this is, we don't bring these GoFundMes to the table that often. We do it when we believe that it's a genuine issue that needs to be taken care of. This kind of is the cake or the king or queen of all issues. Imagine yourself overnight losing your home and losing your pets and almost losing your husband, and then all of a sudden finding yourself not having a home, you know what I mean, and losing every single physical possession you own. She Get Her Done Granny is a member of our community. We love her to pieces. She's been pretty much everywhere and we want to do anything we can to help her out. Now, Mike from E-Waste Mike, along with Everything Spicy and a few others, created a GoFundMe to help her through these hard times, to help her recuperate, to get back on her feet, hotels, whatever it takes to get her back up and running from this tragedy. It's pinned up at the top of the chat, as well as being added to the chat by our wonderful mods. So please, if you can support, like she said, if you can support by donating, even if it's $1, it means the world. Even if it's $1, if you cannot afford $1, listen to me very carefully. Don't fret. Don't feel like this is a money grab. It is a money grab, but it's for a good cause. Don't feel like it. Anyway, long story short, if you can't donate, please don't worry about it. Utilize, if you want to help, though, share it out. Share the stream out, because Crystal's going to be live for the next hour, and then I'm going to go live on Gill Skills Live for the next hour after that. We're going to try to reach as many people as we possibly can to try to get them to donate. Now, bear in mind, I don't know if you were successful in disabling your super chats or not.
No.
Okay. So do not do super chats, guys. Do not do super chats. We will definitely forward whatever super chatted to Get Her Done Granny. Don't get me wrong. But here's why we're saying don't do super chats. YouTube takes 30% of any super chat. So if you donate $10 in a super chat, we can only, or YouTube only gives us $7. So we want every possible cent to go to Get Her Done Granny. So the way to do that, the maximum way to do that, is to do it through the GoFundMe. There's a minimal fee to have it withdrawn. And like Crystal said, it takes us a month to get that money from super chats. It only takes a couple of days once they reach their goal through GoFundMe, and I've done it several times. So please,
and you can cut the goal before the goal that there is on there. So if the goal is 20, like right now it's 20,000 because of everything. But if, say, she gets some help, or she only needs 5,000, he can decide 5,000 and he can close it off, and she can get that money.
Well, bear in mind, 20 grand sounds like a lot, but if you have lost your home, we don't even know if she has insurance, to be perfectly honest with you. But she lost all her worldly possessions. Not only is there a monetary value to that, there is a self, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, things that mattered to her, physical possessions that mattered to her, no longer exists. Not only that, she lost one of her vehicles. So there's a lot in play here, and that's why you see the dollar amount in that GoFundMe is as big as it is.
Yeah, this was her husband's house growing up. It was his childhood house.
It was over 100 years old, from what she was saying. Yeah,
it had a lot of meaning for them.
A lot of history.
But
thank you. That's as good as word of any to describe it. There's sentimental value. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Sentimental value. There was a lot of sentimental value in the house, and a lot of possessions that were within that house.
Yeah, we're
what are you guys doing? Get out of here.
Be ready by 4:30 on them. So you should get ready. Been living with Big B. How you doing? Great to see you. Canadian girl Renee. Hello. How you doing?
Guys, please share this out. We're not doing this for views. We're not doing this for money for ourselves. We're not doing this for any of that stuff. Right now, we're just simply bringing awareness to what had happened to a fellow YouTuber and friend, Get Her Done Granny. She had a house fire. She lost everything in that home. It was a complete loss. She lost both of her pets. She almost lost her husband. She lost one of her vehicles. So, I mean, it's a huge tragedy to go through within a 24-hour period. So friends within YouTube, we're trying to rally together and show her that we truly love her and support her. And thankfully, E-Waste Mike created a GoFundMe, and that's what's being passed around in the chat now. So if you can donate, please do. And I'm going to let Crystal talk because this is her speaking.
Hello, Jill, and hello, Kathy. But yes, the other thing I was going to say is I did post on the community tab earlier. There is a post about this, about what happened. And it does have an article that came from her state, from her town, about the house fire. So you can actually see that this is not just someone saying I had a house fire and claiming it, because obviously we're all online. You never know who you can trust, who you can't trust. There is a legit article from her town, her state, her town, talking about this house fire from this morning.
You see a GoFundMe. You see a GoFundMe like this, and whenever you well, first off, I'd like to consider myself reputable. I know Crystal's reputable. Everything Spicy's reputable. I know E-Waste Mike's reputable. All got hearts of gold as far as I'm concerned. But I know to donate to someone that you may not know can give you a little bit of pause. But please know that this is a real thing. This is real. This is not a scam. It's a real thing. Someone lost their home, and we're trying to help them out.
And I do believe, like, just from past conversations with her, 99% of her income, because she is older, was from scrapping. And by losing her vehicles, she lost her income. She can't scrap with no vehicle. The vehicle she's driving right now, she can't scrap in. So that's
the Jeep, good. I believe. I think they were able to save the Jeep.
Yeah, the Jeep they were able to save. The van that she just got not that long ago, that is a total loss. Her old van that was still there is also a total loss. As Eileen says, her husband is in the ICU. He's not doing well. No. So that's going to come with medical bills as well. So the amount might seem high, but it's kind of just taken into account that there is a lot to replace, and we don't know how long it's going to take.
Think about the medical bills too. I mean, the medical bills that her husband's going to have to endure and account for. If they have, whether they have insurance or not, they're going to have to pay a portion of that, I'm sure. So it's just something to consider as well. There's so many facets to this situation, to this tragedy, and I firmly believe that the dollar amount is justified.
Yes. It's like I said, we are doing this because she needs help. It's someone within the scrapping community, which, as far as I'm concerned, a scrapping community is within the dumpster community as well. We all kind of have the same goal in mind, the same idea of trying to keep things out of the landfills. She's part of our community. And we've known her for a long time. Wonderful woman. She has helped more people. She's helped a ton of people. I'll even go into the death. We have Everything Spicy, who his grandson drowned and passed away. His 4-year-old grandson, his young child. And she instantly, without any debate, any questions, instantly donated, I want to say $200 or $300 to that. She has always been there to help others when they've needed help. She doesn't ask for help. She did not ask for this help, but E-Waste Mike and her are very close friends, and he said, no, you're not going to be that strong woman that we know you are, and go, not taking the help. We know she needs help. She was alone. Like, she came up on E-Waste panel earlier, just for a short while, kind of saying what happened, and she's sitting outside, just sitting there by herself. There's no community behind her. There's no...
She didn't even have a coat on. All she had was a sweater. She didn't have a coat on or anything.
She's just by herself.
Thankfully, her daughter came by and gave her a jacket.
And Phyllis, hello. And Mary, yes, I totally understand the concern. I can flat out say E-Waste has helped a few different people that have needed help by setting up these GoFundMes. He is not a scammer. He is a man with a heart of gold.
I can personally vouch for E-Waste Mike.
Yes.
I will vouch for him. I will stake my reputation on that fact.
And like I said, even if you cannot donate, her channel is monetized. Eileen is also posting the link to her channel. You can watch her videos just like everyone was doing for Amy. You can watch her videos, and it does help. It does help. Every little bit adds up. Maureen, hello. But no, I can flat out say, like, we've seen the articles from the town. We've talked to her. This isn't her making up a story. It's not her making up a story. It's not E-Waste trying to make money. We're definitely not trying to make money. Like, I don't want any money sent to me right now. The one super chat I did get is going to get sent to her GoFundMe, but this is to help her because she needs help.
I couldn't have said it more succinctly myself.
Thank you, Big B.
What's that?
He said he has to go to work, but he'll keep watching for updates and blessings to us. Awesome. I said thank you.
We'll appreciate that. Rose, hello. Yeah, it is definitely real life, NWI Diver. I mean, this is life at its realest, really, truthfully. Nobody should have to suffer through what she went through. I mean, that's.
And I know I've seen her on other divers channels. She is on mine. I know NWI knows her as well. NWI was one of the first ones I actually texted when I found out this happened this morning. And so, yeah, it's real life. I understand anyone's like standoffish. It's online. Obviously, they're standoffish. And we're hands down, if you don't feel safe donating, you don't want to donate, that's totally fine. But if you're able to, if you're comfortable, please consider it.
Yeah. E-Waste Mike, I know E-Waste Mike can come off standoffish, but he does have a heart of gold in the end. But he does make good on these sort of things, and I can personally vouch for that. He's just simply the author of the GoFundMe to help her out. He got really close with her and Stein North and Everything Spicy. There's a circle there, and they all hang out. You know, they all hang out together and everything. So he just wants to do his part to help him out. He's helped me out. Well, he sent me stuff and helped me out. He's got a heart of gold. And you know what? Get her done, Granny. She's a bit of a spitfire. I have to admit that for her age. But damn it, she's got a heart of gold. And Crystal's right. She's helped the community more times than I can count, and it's time that we reciprocate and try to do our part to help her through this hard time. It's good to see everybody. I'm sorry that I'm missing people in the chat, but it's one of those, you're focused like a laser beam on the topic at hand. You know what I mean?
Paula, hello. Tammy, hello. And Dawn, hello. I'm thinking I caught everyone. Paula, we're talking about Get Her Done Granny. She's a scrapper. Like I said, I think scrapping along with dumpster diving, for me, I call them they're kind of one and each other. They both do the same thing. They're trying to reduce the waste going to the landfill. So I think we're all kind of within the same community. To that extent, they have their own little niche and we have ours, but we're all kind of together. But she had a house fire this morning, total loss. The whole house is done. She lost both her pets in the fire. Her husband is in the ICU. They all got out of the fire, but her husband is in the ICU. So he's not doing great. She lost her vehicles. She had 2 vehicles that did burn out. The one they were able to save. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what's like, if it's going to be usable. Like, she had to basically rig it to drive it. She doesn't have the keys. So she might even have to end up like doing a lot of money put into that car just to make it drivable, honestly, because of that. So we're just trying to
say if there's any damage that took place because of the fire.
There is a GoFundMe that is posted at the top, pinned. It's also getting dropped by my moderator, Eileen. Her channel's also getting posted. If you're able to help, even $1, it helps. If you're not able to help, her channel is in there as well. Watching her ads, it helps as well.
Yeah. If you could share this just for a brief moment here.
Not Frugal Granny. This is Get Her Done Granny. She's a
get her done Granny.
Granny names, but no, this is
I know.
Get Her Done Granny.
Exactly. Just so you guys know, this is the GoFundMe here, and so far, and bear in mind, guys, this has been open for maybe 5 or 6 hours. 6 hours ago. There, it says it right there. 6 hours have passed, and the community's come together, and we've gotten over almost $2,700 so far for her. And I know that fund, that GoFundMe, is going to continue to grow, and it would not surprise me if within the next week or so we hit that $20,000 goal. It really is important to her at this time to have the reassurance and the peace of mind to know she's not going to have to worry about the little things. You know what I mean? She's not going to have to worry about the medical bills. She's not going to have to worry about maybe hooking up at a hotel for a couple of days or something like that if she has to. So this is one of the many reasons why this is created. And of course, getting her possessions back and trying to get her back, on her feet.
Like, just to kind of put into perspective, this woman, she has like a trailer that she kind of stripped out to give her ducks a home, to give her ducks a place to be in the cold. And she does have like a heat source in there, and she has electricity in there. There's no water running into it. Right. And her ducks live in there. And she's like, well, if I can't get in a hotel, I'll just sleep in there. I'll sleep in there with the ducks. That's just where I'm going to have to sleep. And she's basically willing to just sacrifice all, even though she's dealing with a massive trauma.
Well, I mean, let's face facts, guys. I mean, yeah, she's got that trailer, but there's no water going through that trailer. There's no electricity going through that trailer. She does have a wood stove, so I mean, it'll get her by in a pinch if she had to sleep there a few nights. But who would want to live in a home that doesn't have any toiletries? You know, so that's another reason why we're doing this. That's another reason why E-Waste Mike created the GoFundMe.
Yeah, and Tommy, exactly. Like, thank God they all got out. Other than the animals, they all got out. Her husband is
the situation is the humans survived. Unfortunately, she lost both of her dogs.
And the kids saw that as well. Like I still can't believe she said the firefighters took the cage and dumped the dogs out of the cage in the backyard with the kids right there. And she's like, can you please cover them up, like, so the kids don't see this? So it's just the trauma that they're all dealing with. I can't even imagine. Thank God they all got out, but I'm just her husband is not.
It's definitely a bit of unprofessionalism on their part to do that kind of thing. I mean, it's traumatizing in the beginning, just to lose your home, but to have them do that's sickening.
Yes, and Phyllis, insurance is definitely important, and we don't know because she's still dealing with such a trauma that no one's really gotten that out of her if she has insurance. I don't even know if she's thinking.
The house was paid off, and she was on a very limited income, so we really don't know if she has insurance or not. But I do know that insurance isn't going to cover everything.
I want to do a challenge.
I'm not sure, Paula. I'm not sure about I'm not sure what sizes they're in. I'm not sure. I'm gonna
do me a favor, guys. If you want to donate or send things to her or whatnot, the best way to go about doing that is going to Get Her Done Granny's channel. And if one of the mods would like to post the link to her channel, that would be great. Go to her channel and start commenting on one of her most recent videos. And that way, or if she's got an email address in her About section, that way you can try to get in touch with her that way. That would be the best way to go, in all truth, and show your support.
And that too, it's like, even like if you can't help financially, just being there for her. I know, just going over and giving her some kind comments, like giving her some support, just so she knows that people are there for her. She's right now still very traumatized, very like not fully thinking about everything that just happened.
She's still shocked, she's still in shock.
She's going to be going through some rough days ahead.
Absolutely. I mean, the reality, I don't think, is honestly hit her yet. So
yeah. Snutter SML, hello, how you doing? I think I said that right.
Thank you, Snutter. It's very kind of you.
And Purple Tube, hello. But I like I said, it's just even going over there, giving her the support so she knows you're there. Watching her videos, she'll still get the monetization. Like, yeah, that money doesn't come instantly, but I really, truly do believe the only income she had was scrapping and YouTube. Well, with no vehicles, she can't scrap. And
guys,
then
so you know, I don't mean to interrupt, but I do have her channel up. She does have an email, and she is also on Facebook, and those links are on her channel.
Yeah.
So.
And I do, like, she has, like, she's retired in that sense, so she has some income coming in from that, but she supplemented the lack of income she had from scrapping, and she can't do that without a car. Her Jeep isn't scrappable. Like, exactly. She isn't able to do the scrapping out of that Jeep, so it's just she's lost her source of income as well, until everything gets figured out, until she gets a replacement vehicle. Yeah. Crazy Ann, how you doing, darling?
Jeez, yeah, that's awful, Maureen.
Maureen, I am so sorry about that. That's like, thank God. That's all I can say is thank God everyone got out. Like, I know she was very, very worried about that. Yeah. Because her husband is a heavier guy and he has health issues, and she said she couldn't pick him up, and so getting him out was not easy. Luckily, I guess some neighbors were close by, and they busted in the back door and they were trying to help, and they got him out. They helped carry him out. So that's how they got him out. But then he has heart issues, and he had stuff happen because of the high stress levels basically, and that's why he's in the hospital.
Going yesterday.
But and she like I almost couldn't get him out because she doesn't have the ability
No,
to
don't say
pick him
that.
up and carry him out, and so she was dealing with that too.
Somebody wanted to say hello.
Sky.
I didn't
It's just a little bit of time before Moon realizes it's going to be Moon Cam as well.
Exactly. She's only got a few microseconds before the little turd comes around the corner and attacks her.
Snutter SML, like I said, even going over there and just giving her the support, watching the videos, that's very much appreciated as well.
Yeah, seriously. If you can't afford to donate, it's understandable. We're not, we don't want to force blood out of a stone, so to speak, but we just want to show her support in some way, shape, or form. And if you can go over and throw a comment on one of her videos or just send her an email and let her know you're thinking of her, that in of itself is a huge psychological advantage. I'm at a loss for words here, but it'll help her emotionally.
We're kind of in shock because like this is all new to us, but it's just we have a large group of us in the community that all said, you know what, we're gonna go live, we're gonna try to help in any way we
Hey,
can.
lady.
Anything you can do helps. Like even just going live right now, I know she sees this and she knows that she's loved. She knows that she's got people to lean on right now, and that's huge during these types of traumas. That's huge.
And share this out, guys. Right now, we got 27 people in here watching. Again, this isn't about us. This isn't about me and Crystal now. This is about Get Her Done Granny. This is about a fellow YouTuber that we're trying to help out and raise money for. She had a tragedy. She lost her house overnight. She lost 2 of her pets overnight. She lost 1 of her vehicles overnight. She almost lost her husband. So all that trauma, that stuff's going on within a 24-hour period. She's still in shock. So we're trying to help her get through this really difficult time. And I know a lot of you want to be a part of helping her with that.
Oh, yes. I don't want anyone to feel like we're basically going like you have to give money because obviously everyone's not in that financial spot. I don't want anyone to feel guilty if you can't do it.
Give her the money. No, I'm
it's just
but no,
like,
seriously.
We're doing what we can do.
I've been there. I right now I don't have any money to donate, but I plan on donating when I get paid tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's we're trying where we can to throw the help that we're able to, just by going live and help pushing more people her way that didn't know who she was, or like by introducing her to the ones that didn't know her. You guys are going over there, hopefully sharing out the GoFundMe to your friends and family, and hopefully we're bringing in someone that, even if you can't help, maybe one of your friends or family members will see this and they've had a house fire. They know what it's like and they go, I'm going to donate. And that's how the GoFundMes work. It's not always people that know them personally. People have gone through these same traumas
that have been there.
I'm going to help.
It's you relate. You can relate to the people in those situations if you've been in it yourself. But yeah, B-Lady, it's good to see you. Eileen, thank you so much for doing that.
You didn't have to do that.
Nice of you, but you do realize she's going to give that to Get Her Done Granny, right?
Yeah, you realize that's where it's going. Grandpa,
that's exactly where it's going.
Julie, hello.
Guys, don't forget to share this out. We had 32 people in here at one point. Let's get as many people in here as possible. We are going to switch over to Gill Skills Live in about a half an hour. I can't believe 30 minutes has already gone already.
Bonnie Dyson, hello. And yes, Julie H. or Julie N. I can't even read today. My son's gaming and he's on his headphones, but every once in a while he starts talking away. And I'm like, I keep on doing this wave at him, like, quiet. He doesn't listen well. What?
How long ago you gonna do that for?
About another hour and a half. Can you go tell your sister to watch?
Bonnie, you just got here. As far as what happened goes, a fellow YouTuber by the name of Get Her Done Granny. The GoFundMe is at the top. It's pinned at the top of the chat, by the way. She lost her home last night. She lost her pet. She lost a vehicle. She had it's been a traumatic 24 hours, but all her worldly possessions are gone. The house is a total loss. So E-Waste Mike, along with a few others, created a GoFundMe to help her through these times, to raise money to help her get back some possessions and help her get another vehicle. Because like Crystal said, Get Her Done Granny does a lot of her own work, and one of the vehicles that got destroyed was one of those vehicles that she used to get that work done. So we're helping her out any way we can. If we can help monetarily, great. If you can donate, great. If you can't, please don't feel like you have to donate, but support in other ways, like share out the situation to your viewers or your friends or family through your social medias or your YouTube. Just share it out and leave a loving comment on Get Her Done Granny's page.
Yeah. Because it's in the next couple days. That's when all this is going to start hitting her, and she's going to really need that support of a community of some sort. And with her being in a very small kind of hick town in that sense, she doesn't have that community support behind her because there's just not many people there. She just doesn't have it.
I'm sure the last thing on her mind right now is checking her YouTube channel. But imagine after a couple of days goes by and things start to settle and she checks that YouTube channel and she sees all of your wonderful comments. She sees her emails because she's got an email address on her page. You can email her directly and express your concern and let her know that she is supported and you're there for her. But imagine when she finally does that, how much of a how much that's going to mean to her.
Yes, right now it's like she needs the financial help, but she also is going to need the support. So just having the support behind her as well is going to help. And I could have went live. I've got the 2 channels. A lot of you guys kind of know that because I brought it up. But I could have went live on the other channel, which there's probably more in that community that know who she is. But I wanted to reach out to a community and get it out there to more people. Because that's the only way that this stuff works is you have to get it to more people and get it into another community, into other places, because you can't keep poking the dead horse with the stick in a sense. Well, the same person can't donate over and over again. You need to get to other people that didn't know who she was so they can share to more people. And then gradually you just have a larger community of people come together that can help out. Because obviously
the power of sharing, folks.
We're dealing with COVID still. A lot of people don't necessarily have a ton right now. So it all adds up. $1 adds up. But you can't, no one has a ton laying around just to be able to do that. Paula, the only thing I could think with, well, there's, I guess, 2 things, but if she's got a P.O. box, the easiest way with that, because it's cash, I don't like sending cash in the mail, I will say that, is if you could get it into a check or maybe a gift card of sorts so she can use it for food or gas, and you could send it to her P.O. box. That would be the best way.
I don't know if she has PayPal. I don't think she does.
Well, I don't know if Paula is able to do that or not because she said she has 40 in cash.
Right. I understand, but she could always put it in the bank if she has an account. But if you don't have an account, like Crystal says, I would do it the best possible certified way you can. A money order or a gift card. Virtual gift cards are good too, but you need a bank account or a card to purchase them.
Those the most.
Yeah,
those the most.
And that's if she doesn't have a P.O. box. I know E-Waste Mike has access to getting things to her.
Yes.
I have E-Waste Mike's address to where, if worst case scenario, if she didn't have it, if you sent it to me with a note saying it goes to her, I can get it to E-Waste because I know his address and he can get it to her. He's trustworthy. I know he'll get it to her. And I have access to Granny as well. And I'm sure she'll send me an address if I ask her.
Right. And that goes for me too. So.
But yeah, it's if that's something you want to do, I would strongly suggest doing like a check, cashier's check, money order, or a gift card over cash because there's risk with cash.
Yeah, Snutter, I thought the same thing, but if she doesn't have PayPal, or at least it's not linked to her channel, I've checked.
Yeah,
it's a good idea.
There is the GoFundMe as well, to where if you're able to donate just straight over the internet like that, you could go to the GoFundMe and donate the 40 that way, or however much you wanted to. That is a way of doing it. I think she has a P.O. box, but I could be wrong.
She doesn't have it listed if she does.
Yeah, and some people don't get a P.O. box and they just have the select, like if you ask them for an address, they'll give you the address because they trust you. They don't have it out there for everyone. But yeah, it's like I got a PO box just because the safety measures. But then like Gil doesn't have a PO box.
No, it's something I've wanted to do for a while, but no, but yeah, it's one of those things that we, if we can act on it in some way, shape, or form, to come together for her, just to let her know that she's supported, whether it's monetarily or just, to give her a virtual hug and say, hey, we're here for you through this time, and that's why we're doing this.
Angie Blackman, hi, darling.
Hey, Angie, how are you?
I swear NWI is going to be like, hey, R5, I got stuff coming to me. I'm going to send it to your PO box, okay? But no, I'm sure there's ways that we could go about it if you really wanted to. Like I said, I know I could get it to her if you sent it this way. Just putting a note in there saying it's to her, it will get to her. Just like I said, the super chats that have come through today will be going to Granny. That's what this stream was about. I don't want to make money on this stream. Right. I prefer it goes to the GoFundMe because then I don't have to transfer it. But I'm not going to hold the money that was sent to me because that's where it goes.
Yeah. And the same is going to go for my live stream that we're going to do in about 23 minutes. I'm going to discourage any super chats and divert all donations and funds to her GoFundMe.
I tried turning super chats off for the stream, but I couldn't.
Yeah, she did. She gave it an honest go. She couldn't figure it out. We ran out of time. We had to go live.
And B Lady, you have a wonderful day. And you can only be one thing. Well, if you can only be one thing, I should say, you got to be kind. You got to.
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you. There's another person with a heart. B Lady's got a heart. She's given in this community like very few people that I've seen. So thank you for being here, B Lady. And if you could spread the word, I know you got a big, big viewer base. So please do.
Snooter. This is Gil Skills. Normally I would have his link in the description, but today my focus was all on Granny. But this is
my apologies. I'm Bob. You can even spell it backwards if you want to.
Yes, but this is Gil Skills. He does have a channel. Well, he has 2 channels. 3 channels technically, but he's got Gil Skills, which he's a fellow scrapper. Like I said, scrapper and dumpster diving, I think, just kind of goes hand in hand. But he's a scrapper, and he has his Gil Skills live channel, which is where he does most of his live streams, and then he has a shorts channel, which is all featuring his puppies.
That's right, Moon and Sky, absolutely.
But yes, that's Gil Skills. I know he's commented in the chat. It should come up very easily if you search his name, if you're interested in finding his channel.
Oh yeah,
he's an amazing guy.
If you search the name, you'll find it. But again, this stream isn't about personal growth on our channels. We want to help out Get Her Done Granny in any way, shape, or form that we can. So the more people that know about her situation, the more people that may be willing to help with that. So if you could share that information out through any way you can, your social medias, YouTube, whatever the case may be, I would prefer that if at all possible.
And Renee, thank you. Like I said, I'm fine with the fact that there are super chats. I was just trying to disable it because I'm like, I don't want people to come in and be like, here's 20, here's 20, here's
right.
20. And also
that's what I worry about too. And I mentioned that in Mike's stream too. It's like people were starting to give him super chats. I'm like, guys, don't do that. Just do the GoFundMe. The reason why is because, again, there may be people that didn't hear me say this before. YouTube takes 30% of all super chats. So if you give someone $10, YouTube's taking 3 out of that $10. So the GoFundMe doesn't do that. They take a much, much smaller percentage.
Don't they take something like 6 or 7% of the total or something?
Yeah, it's like 6 or 5 or 6% of the total or something like that. It's very little compared to the sum that she would get.
Yeah, but it's okay. We do appreciate any donations. I will be sending what was donated in super chats. I just didn't want it to turn into I have a $500 donation all of a sudden here that I have to send, and I'm like, exactly. I don't get paid that for a month, so now what?
Yeah. And it's not a cardinal sin to do a super chat. Don't get us wrong, but we just want to make sure Get Her Done Granny gets the most money for her situation. You know what I mean? And I know a super chat, YouTube's going to just take 30% right off the top. And the GoFundMe is not going to do that.
Yeah, it's like I said, I'm not in no way, shape, or form am I snubbing any super chats that are sent, though. It is definitely appreciated. It's appreciated for her. Um, but I appreciate everyone that has went over and has donated. That even is watching her channel, subscribing, all of that. It's very greatly appreciated by
Yes, thank
me,
you.
by
I've
her.
noticed an uptick in subscribers to her channel since we've went live, and thank you guys for that. Seriously, thank you guys for that, for showing her
And
that
I
kind of support.
will say, just because I don't want people to think that this is the way this channel's going, like it's not going to turn into the GoFundMe donation channel, but when something comes up like this, I have my saying of, if you're going to be anything, just be kind. Just be kind.
It's a big deal, guys. Me and Crystal are very like-minded, and if someone in our community is in need, we try to step to the plate and help out. We try to do our part, and E-Waste Mike created the GoFundMe, and we're here to try to follow through and bring awareness to that and get her done Granny's situation, obviously.
Yeah, and no, Canadian girl, Renee, no, don't feel bad for it. Don't say sorry. We appreciate it. It's just, yeah, I was trying to disable, because I'm like, how do you disable this? I've never disabled the super chats. So I'm like, I don't know how you turn monetization off. The super chats are still there. So even if the ads aren't there, the super chats are still there. I'm like, I don't know how I do this. I know you can. I don't know how.
Bear in mind, and I understand it's quicker for you, but it wouldn't be quicker for Get Her Done Granny to get that money, because it would take approximately a month to get the super chat from Google. We get paid every 22nd or every 23rd of the month through Google for
like that.
AdSense, super chats, and all of that stuff. So we wanted to get the money as soon as possible, as well as getting as much as possible.
Now, mind you, the amount that's been donated in this stream is a small enough amount that I can spare to lose. So I will be, once the streams are over, I'll be going over there and I'll be donating what's hers, so that way she gets that money as soon as possible.
That's cool. That's cool. I was just explaining the kind of the logistics of it.
Yeah, and exactly. It's simple. I being kind and having a heart and helping people costs nothing. It costs nothing. Like, even if I can't afford to give money, I can still do what I can to help her, and let her know that we're there to support her.
Yeah, dude.
I know it sounds cheesy, but it like she said, it costs nothing to care about someone, to step up and support someone. The rewards for that are maybe a lifetime of friendship. I hate sounding cheesy, but it's true if you think about it.
Yeah. And she's a wonderful lady. I've actually had plenty of conversations with her over the video chats, because we don't live in the same state. It's crazy how close you can get to people over YouTube. It really is. I made some amazing friends.
I know, me and Crystal here, she lives halfway across the country.
So Gil had a bad experience, and that bad experience brought our friendship together, and I'd almost say he's one of my best friends, so it's kind of crazy. But you get these friendships with these people that they don't live close to you. You don't see each other, but you still have a bond. You still have a friendship, and you still do everything in your power to help them when they're down. And I've talked to her on the back end. I've talked to her and had conversations. She's not a person that is like, give me, give me, give me. She's not greedy in any sense. She's not she doesn't ask for anything. She really doesn't. She is the first one that's handing out things to people instead of going, give me. And I know she doesn't have a ton. She just doesn't. But she's always been willing to help others. So in her time of need, it's time for others to step up for her. And that's what the community's doing.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. So, like I said, like she said, we're going to keep saying it. Share it out. Please let people know her story and let her know what's going on. So if they want to, if they're so inclined to donate or help out in some way, shape, or form, give people the option to do so. Share it out.
But too, like I said, my community tab, I do have both the GoFundMe is there, but also the link to the newspaper article from her town that was published this morning. So that way you can actually see the article from the town, and there should be updates hopefully posted from the town. Because that actually says update in that one, where you can see where because maybe you know someone that lives in that general area. Maybe you know an outlet that can help her. Like maybe someone has something more that like, hey, this organization will help you get clothes. This organization will help. Maybe you have outlets. She's definitely she's reaching out to Red Cross. E-Waste Mike has also said he's going to be reaching out to Red Cross if they don't get back to her, because he's very protective of her.
Yeah.
So
with good reason. They're good friends.
Hoping that Red Cross will step up, but it's a small town, so I don't know if it's going to be a delay. I don't know if they have the same help that we have in bigger towns. Scrapping together, hello. And Angie, her husband, we don't know right now. The last we heard is he is in the ICU. He did get out, but he was not.
He went into respiratory arrest shortly after he exited the building, and they had to bring him right to the emergency room and in the hospital.
Yeah. Ariel, hello.
Ariel, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. And guys, we apologize for this being such a serious stream, but at the same time, we don't apologize because we need, we want to help out, and I know that a lot of you would want to do this as well. So I hate to keep repeating myself, but it's worth it.
I have contact with Get Her Done Granny. I will try to get some sort of update on how her husband's doing by the end of today. If not by the end of today, by tomorrow. I don't want to overly burden her with questions because she's already stressed enough. But when I know an update, if I know how he's doing, I will post on the community tab. So keep an eye on the community tab. I'll keep you guys updated. I'll make sure you guys know, because I highly doubt she's going to be on her community tab updating everyone. And because that's just the last thing on her mind. She's not thinking of updates. She knows the community's behind her. She knows the community's updating everyone that needs to be updated. So she's letting us do that. That's kind of our job right now, while she deals with the emotional trauma and the stress that she's dealing with on her end. And prayers, yes, prayers and just thoughts and everything else. Like, she needs them. He needs them. Like, I don't know how old the kids are. I believe they're her grandkids. I do believe they're her grandkids that she was raising. I don't know how old they are, but I know they're not that old from what I understand. They're still fairly young. So it's just, they're all going to be dealing with some trauma.
I'm just reaching out to her now.
Yeah. And like I said, if we get an update between now and the end of Gil's stream, we'll let you guys know. But I will try to get some sort of update by the latest of tomorrow. I'm sure I can get something. Yeah. I can keep an eye out. I can talk to Mike. I don't want to pester Granny, but I know Mike is staying very close contact and finding information out. So if worst case scenario, I'll keep in touch with Mike and I'll go, hey, keep me updated so I can keep you guys updated. Because that's really what it is right now, the community that's behind her, she's not worried about updating everyone because she's got too much on her plate. So
do me a favor and post E-Waste Mike's YouTube channel link as well, because you're likely to find out more there, or you'd find out quicker there how everything's going with Get Her Done Granny. Also, everything Spicy and even Steinworth. Those would be great resources because that's their circle. They hang out together. They're live streaming together all the time. So those are the folks that you would want to be in touch with. If they go live, you can go in there and ask them in a live stream, hey, how's Get Her Done Granny? How's Get Her Done Granny's husband doing? So just food for thought.
And Angie watched Mike today, probably because the share on my community tab, because when he was live, I shared that over here. And yeah, he's he seems like he's a bit of a grouch, but he's a very down-to-earth, amazing guy. He's got a heart of gold.
He's like a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop, It's like, how many licks does it get to the center of the Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop?
But E-Waste Mike is he's another scrapper. Like I said, I think for me, scrapping and dumpster diving, they go hand in hand. They're
all right, guys, give me a second here.
But I
Some
will.
developing stuff here real quick. She did respond.
Okay.
She said he will be off the ventilator within 24 hours. I am waiting for him to get to the other hospital. They told me it would be around 4 hours before I could find anything out. They took him out in a helicopter. Wow. So they life lifted him, to the hospital.
Yeah. So that's just trauma in its own, because like she like I just put into some perspective is not only that she has no mode of transportation really, she can't get to him easily. Now they moved him to a further away hospital, so she's not there to know how he's doing. She's having to like wait 4 hours to get an update. Like that's stressful in its own. But on top of it, you have COVID going on still. You're almost not able to go to the hospitals anyway because of COVID. So
and that's an issue
for
too.
him right now either.
She can't be there for him because the hospital won't let him. They won't because of COVID.
Yeah. But yeah, Paula, yes, Gil is good at making you smile. And Lissy Ann, I don't know if I said hi when you came in, but hello and thank you for the prayers. Thank you for being there for her. For all of you guys, thank you for being here, listening to what's going on. Thank you for like supporting Granny. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for anyone that did donate. Thank you for the shares, all of that. I do appreciate
Thank you for all of the support. I think that's what Crystal's trying to say. Thank you for all of the support you've shown and will continue to show. Guys, I want to let you know that her GoFundMe just reached 3,000 and it has continued to climb. So whatever you guys are doing, please keep doing it. We appreciate it more than you know.
You're doing amazing things. Like I said, it's like even if you can't help, there's just things you can do just by being here for her, just by going to her channel and watching her stuff, just by sharing the stuff. Every little bit helps. Like it really does. It's every little bit will help. And she is.
Got him.
Oh my god! I'm like, I got my kid over here playing a game. I'm like, what? I'm distracted. She's in West Virginia. She's in West Virginia. I was trying to go over to
back and forth between it would get her done, Granny here.
Yeah, but
I have
like
bandages.
I can't even imagine that stress of that. And or if that's, I don't know if that's what you meant or where is she staying right now. As far as I know, she's staying on the property. She's planning on staying. She does have a shed on the property that did not get damaged. That she had said she could stay in. I know she had that trailer that the ducks live in, so it's not really a trailer.
Shed, that's that shed. She's the one. That's the shed that she usually live streams in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, luckily she's still got some of her possessions, but not most of them.
Hopefully, she won't be in that situation long because she doesn't have any toiletries. She doesn't have any water.
Yeah.
She doesn't have any electricity, or at least so much that I'm aware of. I don't know if the shed can only have electricity. I don't think it works that way.
Yeah. And I don't know. Hopefully Red Cross steps in. Hopefully they can get her into a safe living predicament. Right now, I don't think she's thinking 100% logical. She's like, this will work. I'll stay there. It's somewhere to stay. I got a place to sleep. And she's afraid to leave the house.
Mike was afraid of that. That's why he's acting almost on her behalf to, gather up information and knowledge for her. She'll have to pull the trigger, but Mike will do the legwork for her. I know that much.
And I think right now she's not fully thinking logically because she's worried about looters on the property, which from the looks of it, the sounds of it, there's nothing to save. If someone loots, there's nothing there. But obviously she still has that hope that there's something in there that can be saved. There's some memories, some stuff that's in there that she doesn't want someone else to go through. So she's afraid to leave the property in fear of looters. She doesn't have a place to go, so she's kind of there.
Right.
And going, I can stay in the shed. I can stay in the trailer with the ducks. And
I can understand her perspective too. I mean, she hasn't had a chance to go through what was left. You know what I mean? The house is a complete loss, but you never know what she might be able to recover, if anything.
And I know
I can understand her not wanting looters to go through it.
And I know there's been people in here that have said they've dealt with fire. That's the other thing too, is not right this minute probably, But maybe if you've dealt with fire, if she's got an email on her channel or anything like that, maybe you can reach out to her and say, you know, if you find pictures that have water damage, we were able to get them restored doing this route. Maybe you can give her little tips like that on how she can possibly save some of her memories that got destroyed but aren't fully ruined.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
anyone that's dealt with a fire, maybe you have little pieces of information that you didn't know at the time and you learned later, or you learned after a lot of legwork. You know the stress and the trauma of the fire. You know what you're dealing with after a fire. So maybe you have little tidbits of information you can send her way so she can hopefully save some of her memories. Some of her memories of her kids' childhood and her grandkids and her life, her husband's life. Like, maybe there's things that she can do to save some of it. Yeah, and she lost her medication, her IDs, and everything. And even though there's a fire, that's going to take a few days at least to get things situated, because they don't just give you medication before your month is up. So now she's got to go through a whole process to get medication. And usually if you're on medication, you need it.
Yeah. Fortunately, I mean, she might have to make a doctor's visit to get them to re-prescribe some of that stuff for her. That might be a quick workaround for it. But yeah, pharmacies, they're very particular about when they give you refills.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things she's got to do. This all happened this morning. I don't know how the fire started. All I know is she woke up early this morning, she said, and she was laying in bed going, I'm not going to get up yet. We've all been there. Laying in bed going, I got another hour. I can just lay here. And the fire started sometime in that hour. Thankfully, she was awake, so everyone could get out safely. But now I think she's also kicking herself because she's like, if I would have gotten up, what if I would have gotten up? Maybe I would have been able to stop this from happening. I don't know what caused the fire. So I know she's also kind of kicking herself like, I was up. I woke up before the fire started. I could have stopped this. So she's going to be going through some personal trauma.
Yep.
Yeah. But no, as anyone with tips that they might know from having a past experience, that's another thing that I'm sure she'll greatly, greatly appreciate if you have any tips like that. Because when you're dealing with this, when she's going through the possessions and she's finding pictures that have mild water damage or a little bit of smoke damage or fire damage, but like most of the pictures still there, she might not be thinking there's a way of fixing this. There's a way of saving this. She might just think it's garbage, but you hate throwing away every piece of your memories. So if you have a way, let her know. Belinda,
so help us out, guys. Help her out. Help us out by helping her out.
Thank you, Angie. I really do appreciate every last one of you. Just being here to listen, being here to offer support to Granny.
Exactly.
She knows that the community's behind her. She knows that I was going live. I wouldn't be shocked if she's lurking in a background. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't be shocked if she comes back later and watches it or reads the comments that were made. Yeah. Just for that lift me up. She knows that we're here to support her.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now. The YouTube community has just been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, in the entire time I've been on this platform, every time someone was in need, like really in need, this community stepped up to the plate, and you guys are doing it again. And I'm so proud to be a part of this community with you.
I've seen some amazing things happen within the YouTube community in general. All of us dumpster divers can say we watched with Amy, with Frugal Mommy, watched her get the tremendous support that they got just recently. It's amazing the support you can get from technically complete strangers. Whoa. You get to know these people through these videos, and it's just you feel like they're family. Yes. And it's amazing that you can turn to your YouTube family and they're there for you. It really is. Snutter, yes. Those Crazy Ann, you would know this answer. Those are her grandkids, right? That live with her. I believe, or because I believe they're her grandbabies.
I think you're right. I think you're right. But
I believe so. I think she had said that to me before, but it's not a topic that's discussed often.
right.
But I'm pretty sure.
No, she says that they're her kids.
They're her kids. Okay.
She is. Yeah.
Okay, so they are her kids, but yeah, they're with her. Foster children. Okay, they are her grandkids. So
thank you,
so
Crazy.
her foster kids, her grandkids, they're her kids. Either way it goes, those are her babies, but they are with her. Gil, I don't know if you want to go start your stream up, and we'll go over there.
Yeah. We're gonna
2 streams. We can reach as many people as we can, because obviously all channels have different subscribers. So we're trying to reach as many as we can.
We want to try to reach as many people as possible. So we figured we'd go live an hour on Crystal's channel and then an hour live on my channel to reach out to as many people as we can. So I'll go get ready to go live. I'll send you the link, and yeah.
And Crazy Ann, Eileen, I know you guys are on Gil's channel. If you want to post his link once he's live, that would be wonderful. NWI as well.
All. Seriously, thank you all for being here. And if you want to come on over to my channel for the next hour and hang out and share and do the same thing, bring as many people in as you can, that would be fantastic. And I'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Yeah, and that's like what Gil was just saying, is her husband was being flighted 4 hours away. So her husband's not with her. The grandkids, the children, they are okay from what I understand. I don't think her nor the children got any type of injuries besides the trauma of the animals passing away and them seeing all that. And then also dad, grandpa, husband, seeing him get carried out the way he did. They're going to deal with trauma. Yeah, well, what she was telling Gil was he was getting flighted 4 hours away from the hospital he was at. So it's probably additional 4 hours from where he was already at. I don't know. It might be 6 hours total, but I know she said he was, it was 4 hours before she would get an update. So 6 hours. Okay. 4 came in somewhere, but yes. So she's got like no vehicle basically to go see him. COVID, all that. It's just, I can't even imagine dealing with everything she's currently dealing with. I know she's worried because that is her husband's childhood home. So she's worried how he's going to deal with the loss of that home when they can finally really fully let him process that. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. But yes, other than trauma, yeah, everyone else is okay. It's just the trauma. Gil was all ready. Yeah, Gil sent it, so he should be live, guys. If one of you mods wants to post his link, then anyone that wants to come over there can come over and hang out with us, share it, all that fun stuff. We're just trying to reach $20. That is amazing. YouTube community is truly amazing. It really is. It's an amazing community, and I greatly, greatly appreciate every last one of you for being here, for helping, for supporting, for donating. I really appreciate you all. Gil's live is posted in there. If you guys would like to come join over there, go click on that link. I will be coming up on panel with him, and we'll kind of doing the same thing. You'll probably hear the same Amy Goodrich. Hello, how you doing? We're going on over to Gil's channel now. But guys, thank you for being here. Have a wonderful night, and it costs nothing to be kind. You've proved it today. Thank you.